you very much. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost.
Released a new book that explains how she lost the 2024 election. It's called I'm a Black Lady. China's birth rate has dropped to its lowest level since 1949. Experts believe the decreasing number of Chinese children could have a devastating effect on my sneaker collection.
Former Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez has been accused of drunkenly assaulting a delivery driver before the driver stabbed him. The penalties offset. Repeat first down. If convicted, Sanchez could be sent to prison or worse, back to the Jets. Documentary about Melania Trump debuted in theaters. It's titled Wicked for Real.
A new report shows that of the nearly 100 Trump nominees confirmed by the Senate, only 2 of them were black. 2 black people out of 100? I mean, what is this, my Tinder matches? Nope. History Month event at the White House, President Trump defended himself from criticism that he is racist by listing his black friends, including Nicki Minaj, Jim Brown, and Mike Tyson. Wow, that's 2 more than you, Colin. Officials with the Special Olympics have called on Kid Rock to stop using the R word, even though he can, because, you know.
Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi is officially developing a Harry Potter-themed land in the United Arab Emirates. So hopefully they know the spell for Missalum Deflectus. In there. More of an Epstein.
New Mexico has become the first state in the country to offer its residents free child care, which will be provided by nannies from Old Mexico.
YouTube
That's the goal.
That's the goal. What's the goal? YouTube has launched a new tool that will allow reporters to flag videos that use AI to recreate their likeness, like these computer-generated reporters. I think I would know if they were using AI.
In a new interview, President Trump denied online rumors that the gold decorations in the Oval Office came from Home Depot, even though he has a whole team of guys taking stuff from Home Depot all the time.
A new study finds that the best city in the country for retirees is Orlando, Florida, while the worst city for retirees is Slippery Bathtub, Wisconsin. A growing number of studies show that watching short-form videos can lead to mental cognition problems. So if you're watching this on TikTok,
The Archdiocese of New York announced that it will set up a $300 million fund for victims of sex abuse. The church encourages victims to claim the money by sticking their hand in this here hole.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., seen here describing how close he is to blackface, announced that the federal government will pull funding from hospitals that offer gender-affirming care to transgender minors. And yet, RFK is allowed to slowly transition into Wilson the volleyball. Harry Styles has announced that his new album will be called Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, which was also the original slogan for Molly.
Filmmaker is claiming that a sheet of music used by the Nazis may actually contain a hidden code for the location of a buried treasure. You know, say what you will about the Nazis, but they really knew how to set up an adventure. A New York man who was arrested for secretly recording himself having sex with 3 women claims that the encounters were accidentally recorded by his doggy cam. Even more shocking, this is his doggy cam.
Which is a 180-foot-tall Ferris wheel, will open next week and offer visitors views of Washington, D.C., as well as an opportunity to hear Joe Biden shout, "Again, again!"
It's been a busy week in Washington with the shutdown of the federal government and the launch of Obamacare. It was announced this week that the script for the next Star Wars movie has been finished, so that's probably what your adult son was yelling about from the basement.
Bruce and Kris Jenner confirmed this week that they're getting divorced. It's sad, but I'm excited to start my new life as a single middle-aged woman, said Bruce.
It's called Died in House that lets users find out if anyone died in their house. Man, whatever happened to just looking around?
The New York State Court of Appeals ruled this week that rubbing one's genitals against another person on the subway is considered forcible touching, while the New Jersey Court of Appeals ruled it flirting.
After it was revealed that the NSA spied on 35 heads of state, President Obama this week continued to try to appease world leaders, but I don't think his gift baskets did anything to help. This thing on? We rehearsed that for an hour.
Scientists in Sicily have launched a cannoli into the upper stratosphere aboard a balloon, said one scientist. Finally, we have a space program.
Ford this week also signed limited edition bobblehead dolls of himself outside City Hall. Interesting fact, bobblehead is one of the side effects of smoking crack.
A new report shows that since 2010, the population of New York City has grown by more than 380,000 people, as well as almost 1 million street Elmos.
Ideas for a contest to develop a new type of condom to increase their use, including one with pull tabs so they can be put on more easily. Though, is anyone really saying, this is too difficult, I'll just raise a child?
A woman in Spain was rescued after she fell into a well while having sex with a man, and the man ran off because he already had gotten what he wished for.
This week that the best-selling item on Black Friday was a pack of towels that sold for $1.74. So heads up, kids, Christmas is gonna suck.
Kevin Federline, Britney Spears' ex-husband, this week became a father for the 6th time. So if you see him, let him know. A growing number of hotels are catering to female business travelers by offering them amenities such as curling irons, yoga mats, and equal pay.
It was reported this week that country music legend Willie Nelson earned a 5th-degree black belt. Read more about it in this month's issue of That Can't Be Right.
China's first moon rover, the Jade Rabbit, this week began its mission exploring the lunar surface. The rover is reportedly searching for a good location to leave some menus.
The White House was temporarily locked down this week after a man followed the presidential motorcade carrying Sasha Malia into a secure area of the complex. Said the man, "How many times do I have to tell you I'm the vice president?"
Got a tattoo on his neck this week of what some people say appears to be a battered woman's face. You know you've made a terrible decision when having a neck tattoo is the second worst thing about your neck tattoo. Of New York City's public advocate Bill de Blasio, who is considering a run for mayor next year, issued a statement this week explaining that she was a lesbian before she married her husband in 1994. So it sounds like he's just the man we need to turn things around. A man who drove his car into a Walmart, then began beating customers. Man, if there's one thing you don't expect to happen when you're shopping at a Walmart, it's for things to get worse. Speculation that Mitt Romney applied a self-tanner to dye his face brown before addressing a town hall on Spanish-language TV. Speculation, he looks like my dad's recliner. Though I think his appearance at the Veterans Town Hall was even more pandering. MTV announced that on December 20th it will air the series finale of Jersey Shore, in which it will be revealed that the whole show was just a dream in the mind of a meatball with syphilis. concert tour this summer where tickets will be sold for just $20 and beer will be only $4, so maybe there will finally be a Kid Rock concert that's not packed with rich snobs. 5th annual New Jersey Zombie Walk, so if you see someone with dead, lifeless eyes trudging around New Jersey, ask them where you can find the Zombie Walk. Revealed this week that Notre Dame linebacker Manti Te'o, who was inspired to be a Heisman caliber season by the death of his girlfriend, was actually the victim of an online hoax and that the girl never existed. Which is not as weird as the fact that a Samoan Mormon who plays football for a Catholic school actually does exist. Coburn has introduced a new gun background check plan that would allow people to perform self-background checks before buying a gun. The way the plan works is it doesn't. Wednesday, Mitt Romney, who had previously stated he would not introduce legislation limiting abortion, vowed he would still be a pro-life president, which makes sense because Romney defines life as anybody making over $250,000 a year. PNC are both releasing new ATMs that can dispense $1 and $5 bills as well as coins, while Wells Fargo is releasing a new ATM that borrows money from you. That after American Idol's low ratings this season, all 4 judges, including Randy Jackson, Mariah Carey, and Nicki Minaj, will be replaced next season. Who will replace them? Find out this fall on the all-new reality competition show, American Idol Judge Idol. The Democrats are saying that Latino voters will decide who wins in 3 key states, Colorado, Florida, and Nevada, or as the candidates are now calling them, Colorado, Florida, y Nevada. Bueno states. Boy Scouts said Wednesday that they have delayed a vote on lifting their ban on homosexuals, saying they will need several more months to decide. Sure, take your time, fellas. Maybe go on an all-male camping trip, rub a couple of sticks together, sew a few badges onto your sash, and then let us know if you're comfortable with gay stuff. After that. President Obama this week denied that he knew about the Inspector General's report detailing the IRS's increased scrutiny of conservative groups. So nothing to worry about, America. There's just a bunch of stuff happening that the president doesn't know about. Presidential campaigns and outside groups have spent just under $1 billion in advertising for this election, so far swaying a total of 1 undecided voter. For 5 days, the Carnival cruise ship Triumph was towed into port in Mobile, Alabama, finally ending the vacation the couples aboard will forever remember as his idea. Director General David Petraeus resigned Friday after it was revealed he was having an affair with the woman who wrote his biography, All In. Of course, when they first started working on the book, it was called Just the Tip. This week that Girls Gone Wild, the softcore porn company, has filed for bankruptcy. In response, drunk girls across the nation held their shirts at half-mast. In a conference call with major donors on Wednesday, Mitt Romney said President Obama won re-election because he gave big gifts to targeted groups such as black people, Hispanics, and younger voters, though some believe Obama won because of the big gift he got from Republicans. Who was dressed as a bishop was able Monday to sneak into the meeting of cardinals in the Vatican as they tried to choose a new pope. Dude, just mind your own business for a while. You don't have to be everywhere. We're good. We're good without your help. North Korea has loaded 2 missiles onto launchers on its east coast and is threatening to fire them at the United States. So let this be a warning to you, middle of the ocean. This week, 6 more senators changed their stance on same-sex marriage after what must have been an amazing brunch. So good. In Thursday's debate, Vice President Biden repeatedly criticized Paul Ryan's statements, calling them a bunch of stuff. In fairness, a bunch of stuff is the entire text of the Romney-Ryan economic plan. Oprah Winfrey Thursday, Lance Armstrong admitted to using banned drugs and blood transfusions to get his 7 Tour de France victories, which explains why during his last 2 races he didn't even need a bike. Catholics who have drifted away from the church in recent years because they felt the leadership was out of touch have been drawn back by Pope Francis, who many see as more grounded. You know what? I think it's the Chucks. I think it might be the Chucks. A poll shows that Mitt Romney now has a 7-point lead on President Obama. That's right. Romney leads by 7 points among people who still answer landline calls from a blocked number. Those people. The 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s historic I Have a Dream speech, as well as the 1-year anniversary of my girlfriend's I Had the Weirdest Dream speech. Guess which one was longer? Officials are saying that the city's flooded subway system may be running at full capacity sometime next week, which would be amazing since it never has before. Friday became stranded on the Long Island Expressway after the record snowfall, trapping drivers inside their vehicles overnight, which for the LIE is actually making pretty good time. Trapped overnight's not that bad. To women, the NRA is highlighting a number of products for women's self-defense, including purses with hidden handgun pockets, because if there's one thing women are good at, it's quickly retrieving something from their purse. Roger Goodell said this week that the high quality of HD TV is hurting attendance at the games since the experience of watching at home is so good. Is it, though, said guys with wives? Known as Mohawk Guy, who was part of the team that landed the Curiosity rover on Mars, sat with First Lady Michelle Obama at the State of the Union. And if we're lucky, they are teaming up to star in the new buddy cop show, Mohawk and Bangs. You're out of line, Bangs!
In an interview this week, Iran's new president, Hassan Rouhani, distanced himself from his predecessor, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, and acknowledged that the Holocaust was real, which I believe is the very definition of the least you could do.
This week that he's considering running for governor of New York, explained Trump, "If I'm not constantly in the news, I will die."
Has introduced a new dessert called the Wafagato, which is vanilla gelato in the shape of a waffle and covered with maple syrup espresso. Perfect for staying alert while the nurse explains how your insulin pump works.
Congress this week failed to agree on a budget deal, which led to a government shutdown, the first since 1995. So basically, the government shuts down every time Arsenio gets a TV show.
Who had lost her dog, got him back after she posted flyers offering a case of beer and a pack of cigarettes as a reward. And that was all the incentive needed in the little town of Dirtbag, Ohio.
While Western leaders were debating further sanctions for Russia for annexing Crimea, Vladimir Putin this week attended a Russian military celebration in Crimea. Putin made the trip after asking himself, as always, what would King Joffrey do?
Physicist Neil deGrasse Tyson harshly criticized the hit movie Gravity this week, saying that it contained a number of major scientific inaccuracies. For example, there's no way George Clooney would spend that much time talking to a woman his own age.
New Jersey Governor Chris Christie on Tuesday was sworn into his second term. However, the massive blizzard forced the cancellation of his inauguration reception. Odd, since a Chris Christie party usually starts with a massive blizzard.
Officials in England, which is currently experiencing an invasion of massive jellyfish, are warning people that treating stings with urine is an old wives' tale and may actually make the pain worse. Though a more useful warning would be about the ocean filled with massive jellyfish.
Secretary of Health and Human Services Kathleen Sebelius said this week that President Obama did not know about the healthcare.gov technical problems until after the site's launch. In a statement she delivered from under the bus.
During a ceremony this week at the Vatican in which 2 doves were released by children in the name of world peace, a seagull and crow swooped down and attacked the doves. Said former Pope Benedict, "Excellent, my pet." That was good, right? That was enough. I think that was enough. A new report shows that the number of rats seen in the New York City subway system has dropped by 3% since last year, which raises the terrifying question, what's eating New York City's rats?
Obama's Let's Move campaign released a video Thursday showing President Obama and Joe Biden exercising by running around the White House. And I think it's probably hard for all of us to picture Joe Biden running around without hearing this music.
Boehner criticized President Obama's attempt to repair the Affordable Care Act, saying there is no way to fix this. And statements like that are just one of the reasons Boehner is known as the Eeyore of Congress.
Radio Shack announced this week that it will be closing more than 1,000 of its stores. Radio Shack's profits have fallen in recent years due to stiff competition from the March of Time.
Council meeting in which members stripped Rob Ford of most of his powers, the controversial mayor charged the gallery and ran over a female council member before he was finally brought down by the third dart.
Dating game has started on Dutch TV called Adam Looking for Eve, in which contestants go on first dates completely naked. It's what's known in America as Tinder.
Elton John's upcoming Russian concert tour are concerned that it could violate the country's controversial new law banning gay propaganda, especially since that's the name of the tour.
An increasing number of drivers from Colorado are reporting when they're out of state, they're being profiled by police who pull them over searching for marijuana. Or perhaps, for some strange reason, people from Colorado are getting more paranoid.
During the Air Force One flight to South Africa this week, George W. Bush showed President Obama, Hillary Clinton, and several others pictures of his latest paintings of cats and dogs. Anyway, that man was our president for 8 years.
Hillary Clinton was giving Thursday in Las Vegas. A female protester threw a shoe at her. And it's amazing police were able to identify the culprit considering how many ladies in Vegas are walking around with one shoe on. And then, this was good, just hours ago, Trump released a video from the hospital saying he's in better health, which is great news. Though I will point out that if the situation were reversed and it was Biden who got sick, Trump would 100% be at a maskless rally tonight, getting huge laughs, doing an impression of Biden on a ventilator. Just saying.
Biden signed an executive order repealing Trump's ban on transgender people serving in the military. Fortunately, yeah, it's good news. It's good news, except Biden is calling the policy "Don't Ask, Don't Tuck," which is not good news.
It says that after restrictions are lifted, 60% of Americans want to try something new this summer. But not that, said your girlfriend.
Orthodox Jewish leaders in New York City lashed out at a newly imposed coronavirus restriction in their neighborhoods by setting fires and burning masks. And it's a miracle because the mask burned for 8 nights.
My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell released a 3-hour movie which he claims will 100% show that China and other countries stole the election from Donald Trump. Even worse, Lindell plays the part of Xi Jinping,
who is the child of Rudy Giuliani and, I'm going to say, Gary Busey?
C-SPAN suspended host Steve Scully after he admitted to falsely claiming that his Twitter account was hacked. Wow, just more juicy drama from those messy bitches at C-SPAN.
Pope Francis has appointed 2 women in the Vatican posts that were previously only held by men. Apparently, God came to him in a dream and told him he could pay women less.
Giuliani defended himself by explaining that he had to lay down on the bed to tuck in his shirt, which I think is an actual punchline to a "Yo Mama's So Fat" joke.
Kim Kardashian has filed for divorce from Kanye West, and I really sympathize with Kanye because I know from experience how difficult it is to have to move that many sneakers out of a white lady's apartment. Researchers studying the remains of a woolly mammoth have uncovered the world's oldest DNA sequence. In fact, it's so old, Andrew Cuomo is covering up its death.
Jared Kushner, who always looks like a child dressed up for a funeral, Jared said Monday that black Americans have to want to help themselves if they want to be successful. Yeah, I don't know if I trust a guy who thinks the black experience is the highest tier at American Express.
The FDA has authorized a vaccine from New Jersey-based company Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson will now pair the vaccine with needles from New Jersey's #1 syringe supplier, The Beach.
Tuesday was National Puppy Day, unfortunately at Subway.
Melania Trump revealed that the theme of this year's White House Christmas decorations is America the Beautiful, which is a big change from her previous theme, Eyes Wide Shut.
Speaking of, Donald Trump and Melania Trump have launched a website dedicated to, quote, preserving the magnificent legacy of the Trump administration. And it will honor the most lasting part of Trump's legacy by giving your computer an uncontrollable virus.
Insiders are saying that Attorney General and all grown-up Eric Cartman, William Barr is considering resigning after a contentious meeting with President Trump, because if there's one thing Bill Barr won't stand for, it's more than a few minutes at a time.
Dick's Sporting Goods is opening a new experiential store with a rock climbing wall, sports fields, and an indoor wellness space. Unfortunately, they're calling it Hands-on Dick's.
Pro-Trump rally in Washington, D.C., protesters burned Black Lives Matter signs at 2 historic black churches. You know, I don't want to be too judgmental here, but at some point when you're setting fires at black churches, you got to stop and ask yourself, hey, am I the bad guy here?
I don't know if you guys were following the news today, but a space rocket that was spinning out of control just minutes ago crashed into the ocean. And for once, we know it's not Elon's fault. A lot of people have been wondering, why is he hosting our show? And now we know it's because he needed an alibi.